In Africa, boarding schools were patterned on colonial models of education and were often underutilized by indigenous people. In the modern day, most of the boarding schools were established through the legal frameworks and international instruments meant to safeguard and protect children from abuse.
Character formation is a combined interaction of two environments, the school and home, on a daily basis. That the child must experience activities at home after school every day and be in school every day. That is when we build a wholesome human being.
According to the Kenya National Union of Teachers Secretary General Wilson Sossion, boarding schools contribute to indigenous cultural extinction due to the family disintegration.
They develop their own lifestyle. The issues of sex education that has been talked about, the different sex orientations that are growing very fast in boarding schools, like lesbianism and others. It's because you've isolated children to some form of prisons, and they develop their own pattern of character, way of thinking and doing things, and even drugs.
Sossion is proposing that the ongoing community-based learning be embraced post-coronavirus pandemic. He wants counties to promote equity among learners.
The biggest reform agenda that has been prompted by the COVID-19 is how to move out of the boarding education system to provide education locally to the households through day schools and community schools. There is no choice.
Cost has proved to be a major hurdle, especially in boarding schools where parents are required to pay for boarding facilities.
When you have a class of national schools, a class of extra county, a class of county schools, a class of day schools, which are stigmatized, then it means we are offering different sets of education to different sets of classes in the society. And therefore, it's creating inequity and inaccessibility.
According to the Ministry of Education, 70% of learners in the country attend day schools and only 30% are integrated to boarding schools across the country.
We should not classify, taxonomize, and limit access so that certain aspects of delivery of education is limited to boarding schools or limited to some national schools in quads. And what goes on probably in a day school is different. There should be uniform provision of opportunities in terms of curriculum delivered within a framework of common infrastructure.
Owing to the fact that the implementation of abolishing boarding schools in the country might take longer and face a myriad of opposition from some stakeholders, Sossion affirms that it is time to reform our education system to purely day schools in the basic level from kindergarten to grade 12 and make it accessible locally.
You will see communities shifting to upgrade the quality of their schools. We will need alliances in every village. You will need Kenya High in every village. You will need Starehe in every village. You will need all these national schools in every village and raise every school to international standards. And when we do that, the day we'll do that, that is when justice to every child shall be delivered.
Gigi Namagundu, K24 Weekend Edition.